Hello everyone, Monroe Steele here of Fashion Steele NYC, and welcome back to my channel in another Get Ready With Me vlog. Make sure to give your girl a thumbs up, I'll wait, and subscribe if you love fashion, beauty, lifestyle, and travel videos. All right, you guys, if you want to see me get ready to go to an event, make sure you just keep on watching. I am going to go through my hair products, this entire makeup look, and of course this fabulous outfit, while I answer some of your most asked and very juicy and very personal questions. So without further ado, let's hop right in. We're gonna start with my hair because I do have a new hairstyle, so I know many of you are going to ask about it. These are boho braids, and I have maybe 2 packs of curly and wavy human hair threaded throughout the braids. I got it very full this time, which I really like. My hairstylist, her name is Brittany, and her company is called Slade.Studios on Instagram. She specializes in gorgeous braids, weaves, natural hairstyles, ponytails. She can do it all, and she also makes house calls, so I love collaborating with her on new styles. She does all of my sew-ins, and she does all of my braids as well. And I really love these. It's so full, so beautiful. I don't know anything about the hair, so if you have any questions about this style, please DM her on Instagram at Slade.Studios. So we are going to start with my hair. By the way, I'm wearing this Numero 21 and Wolford collaboration dress. I love this dress. I will link some similar house dresses as well as robes down below because I know y'all love my around the house gear. We are going to start by moisturizing my scalp. My scalp has been pretty dry. When I got my braids done, we used a combination of grease. Yes, grease. We used Blue Magic, the white one, to moisturize my scalp and also to braid my hair down into the braid. So I'm really satisfied with how moisturized my actual hair is, but my scalp needs some help. So I got this little spray bottle. I put a little bit of 100% aloe vera juice mixed with water in here. I like to shake it up, and I spray my scalp every morning. Like, really, I drench my scalp in this, and this really helps with dandruff. This helps with hair growth. This helps keep your hair nice and moisturized and soft. And also I find that if I spray this on my hair every day, when I go to take my braids out, it's such an easier takedown process with less buildup and less like flakes. I do suffer with dermatitis, and so aloe vera juice really helps with that. I'll link a few of my favorites down below, but y'all see the vibes. The scalp is clean, okay? Clean. And I love that it doesn't have a smell, and it's natural, so it's good for you. Okay, now that my scalp is nice and fresh, I'm gonna go ahead and do my baby hairs. I usually always start with my baby hairs after I do my hair. So we're going in with the Gummy Professional Styling Wax. This is Gloss Extra Hold, and I got this from Amazon. This is one of the best edge controls. I absolutely love it. It's gummy and tacky, which is great. It also smells pretty good. And I'm just gonna go in with my Fenty hair edge control brush. And I like this brush because one side is a little comb, one side is a bristle brush, and then one side is like a sharp edge, so you can do parting as well. So we're just going to take a little bit of that edge control, and I'm gonna lay down my edges here. I don't do too much with the edges, like I don't do a lot of like designs and such, but I do like a nice swoop here and there. And we're doing this look in in regular daylight. So excuse me if the camera is adjusting, like going in and out. I like to do a little tiny swoop here. So the edges are laid down. We're gonna go in and just create a little swoop here. And I like to do like a wave pattern. Do you guys see that? Here in my widow's peak, I just swoop that right around. I kind of leave this out. And then I do another wave pattern here. So it's best to comb all the hairs down and then kind of hold with your finger where you want it to go, kind of what you want it to do. And look how that just held so nicely. And it'll stay that way too. That's why I love this gel. It's super tacky and strong. So I'll be sure to link this down below from Amazon because it's good and it's definitely one of my favorites. I'm also just gonna lay down a little bit of my sideburns, make a little swoop here. Yeah. So I like it because it kind of gives a wet look. And with the waves in this hair, it's very like beachy, bohemian, very tropical, very much Miami. So these are the edges, and I love it because it's not like, you know how sometimes when you do your edges, it's like wet and then it'll mess up your makeup. This dries down beautifully and it doesn't leave any like shiny, sticky residue. So really good edge control. I'll link it down below for you all. And that's pretty much it for the hair. It's nice and moisturized with the aloe vera. Edges are done. I'm just going to use these little clips here, also from Amazon, to clip my hair back because I have all these curly pieces that will get in the way. So we just clip my hair back so we can get started with the face. So my face is freshly cleansed. I'm gonna start with Caudalie grape water. I'm addicted to this grape water. I don't know, there's some kind of magic in here. But it comes out as a very fine, strong mist. I also do my neck. And I let this dry down and then I put on my moisturizer. So we're moisturizing, getting the face ready for makeup. By the way, I am not an expert, okay? I only know how to do my makeup and I don't know how to do it that well. So this is the most simple, basic, everyday kind of makeup from a girl who's not, you know, a makeup artist. I'm just a girl. So while this dries down, we will go ahead and read off some of your questions. I put up my question box. I have a ton of them. We're gonna hop right into them. And they're really good. Like y'all came with the questions, okay? First question, have you been approached to be a model for some of the designers you showcase? No. I have not been approached to be a model. I have done a fashion show. I was in the DSW fashion show, which I vlogged. I don't know how long ago that was. It had to be like 5 years ago. And then I think I was in another fashion show as well. But no, girl, the designers know that I'm just a regular girl and not a model. Now, brands do come to me for campaigns and such, and then that way I am kind of like a model, but like high fashion, no. I'm actually not tall enough. I'm only 5'6", you guys. But thank you so much, Felicity. That makes me feel nice. What is your 7-year plan for your YouTube? Well, I've been on YouTube for longer than 7 years. So I don't really have a 7-year plan for YouTube. I wonder why you chose the number 7 as well. Usually people say like, what's your 5-year plan? My plan is just to continue to create content for as long as I enjoy doing it. So if I still enjoy doing this in 7 years, I would definitely still be on YouTube creating videos for you guys. This person left 2 things and I don't know where the first part of the question is. It just says, I did it to close my gap and it was the best decision I ever made. I know everyone's different, but just sharing. I get a lot of questions about fixing my teeth, and I'm gonna address this one last time because people are new here. I've done a video, I think it's called 34 questions, answering 34 questions about me. Please go back and watch that video. You will learn a lot about me. But a lot of people ask, why haven't I fixed my teeth? Why haven't I gone to the dentist? Why haven't I closed my gap? And it's simply because I don't want to. That's the simple answer, which infuriates a lot of people. A lot of people are like, oh, you spend all this money on clothes and such, and you won't even fix your teeth. I don't want to fix my teeth, guys. I have enough money to do it. I could get a whole set of brand new teeth 100 times over. I just choose not to. And it's because there is a medical reason why I don't get my teeth fixed. I personally don't have a problem with my gap. I do have an open bite, and I've had that since I was a child. My teeth will never touch because my jaw is misaligned. Okay, guys? My teeth will never touch because my jaw is misaligned. Okay? In order for my teeth to touch, for me to even consider getting braces or getting Invisalign, I would have to have my jaw broken and reset, and I would have to go on a liquid diet for 2 months while my jaw healed before I could even consider getting braces or getting Invisalign or getting veneers, because my jaw, the way my jaw is shaped, my teeth will never touch. Okay, you guys? And I personally choose not to go through that special kind of hell for better teeth. My teeth are fine. My teeth work. They chew food. I don't have any cavities. They work. I don't have a problem getting men. I just have, because of my teeth. I believe myself to be very attractive, and I don't have a problem finding men who find me attractive with these teeth. It's just that I can't find no quality men. Okay, the ones I find ain't worth it. Ain't worth nothing. Okay, if I wanted to be married, I could be married today. There's a lot of men who want to date me right now, but I just know they're not the ones for me. But it has nothing to do with my teeth. Now, someone did ask me that in my previous video, because I talked about a very vulnerable moment in my morning musings. I spoke about a guy that I liked having nice teeth. And they're like, oh, well, this is why he don't want you, because you don't have nice teeth. How are you guys equally yoked? We're not equally yoked. I make a lot more money than him. So there's that. But that is the reason why, you guys, I choose not to go through that kind of extensive surgery. And then I don't know how my face is gonna look after my jaw is reset. It's just, I'm not going through all of that for perfect teeth, or for y'all. I'm not doing that for y'all. Okay, because that's what I would be doing it for. I'm fine with my teeth. So please stop asking me. Stop asking me to get my teeth fixed. Stop demanding me to get my teeth fixed. Stop asking me if I'm gonna get Invisalign or braces, or if I think my life would be better. No, I don't want to discuss it any further. Okay, so there's that on that. And I'm sorry if I seem passionate about it. It's just because I've been picked on and bullied for for as long as I've been alive about my teeth. And I'm sick of it. Leave me and my teeth alone, okay? And that's that on that. Now that the face is dry from the Caudalie, we're gonna go in with a little bit of Used to the People Super Air Whip Moisture Cream. I love this cream, it's so good. It's kale and spinach. Hyaluronic acid is very good for plumping. As you can see, I gotta go back to Sephora because there is literally nothing in here, you guys. This is one of my empties because it's such a good product and I love it, and it's just so good for your skin, for plumping, for moisturizing, and of course they use all natural products, which has really helped me in my skincare journey to switch over to the most clean vegan products that I could possibly find, and Used to the People is such a great skincare brand. So I love that because it really seeps into the skin and really gives me like I can feel the juiciness. So good. And then we are going to go in with this Korean moisturizing gel. I got this in a gift bag like so long ago, but Korean skincare products are it. Okay, and this is a pumping gel. Can you guys see it? And it feels really slippery, but when it goes on quite tacky and just kind of seeps into your skin. So I realized that I'm an oily person, so I have to really moisturize my skin and get it nice and juicy and supple before applying my makeup. And if I moisturize correctly, my skin doesn't produce more oil. It's already like, oh, we don't need to produce anything because we are hydrated and supple. And then I won't oil through my makeup. So if you're an oily gal, moisturizing, you might think it's counterintuitive to put more stuff on your face to prevent from being oily, but that's how it works. And this is from the brand, I do not know how to say this. This is the bottle. I will link it down below because it's such a great moisturizer. Okay, the next question is, how are you really? And the same person asked, did you ever find out who your blind date was that didn't show up? I wish he found out about you. So was it last year or was it this year? I think it was this. Was it this year or was it last year? I think it was last year. I got set up on a blind date. He did not show up. I did find out who he was. He is an anesthesiologist here in Miami. And I think he's in his early 50s, I believe, or late 40s. So yeah, he stood me up. A mutual friend set us up, and she did all the communicating. I'll link the vlog down below if you missed it. But I showed up, and then she called me and told me he wasn't coming. He decided that he was too afraid because he didn't know like what I looked like. So, but I also didn't know what he looked like. I know what he looks like now, and I'm not missing out on anything. Also, if you're in your late 40s and 50s and you're scared of how someone might look, you're not for me. How am I doing? I'm actually doing really well. I know in the last couple of vlogs I told you guys I was going through a heartbreak, and I still am, but it wasn't that deep, so I'm kind of breezing right through this. I've been through so many heartaches and crazy relationships that this one didn't really feel like much. Okay, like I bounced back pretty quick. After about a week or two of sulking, I'm back to my normal self. Now the relationship before this one, like I was ruined. I was ruined for a good 3 months. I'm talking crying into my pillow at night, crashing out on mutual friends. It was a time, but also I was cheated on. So I wasn't cheated on in this situation. It just didn't work out. So it doesn't hurt as bad. Okay, now that my face is moisturized, and you do need to take the time to let everything soak into your skin, we are going in with the MAC Studio Radiance 24-Hour Luminous Lift Concealer in the color NC55. And what I do with this is I go through and I cover any of my hyperpigmentation, which isn't much because your girl's skin has been skinning lately. I have a pimple too, but we just gonna act like that's not there. So just going in and putting a little dot everywhere I have a super dark spot. And this is the same color as like my skin. And then I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty brush, and I'm just gonna dab that in to even out my skin tone. Now, a lot of people do color correction for this. I could probably do the same thing. I just have never gotten into color correction. It's something I definitely want to look into. But for now, just concealing those marks, this is how my face looks. It's nice, even palette now. So I really love that MAC Studio Radiance Concealer. I think it's one of the best concealers on the market if you want to do a no makeup look and you have pretty even toned skin, just some hyperpigmentation. Like, I would just do my eyes, finish my makeup, and literally go out just like this with no foundation. It's that good. Okay, so this is what we're working with after covering a little bit of my hyperpigmentation. I missed a spot. It's hard to do this in the viewfinder because the viewfinder is so small, you guys. Like, and y'all know I can't see. The older I get, the worse my eyes get. So yeah, very nice coverage, a nice full coverage, and looks good. So now we are going to go in with our foundation. And for me, I like a nice light foundation, being that I'm in Miami and it's too hot to like do very, very, very heavy makeup. So a natural, glowy, dewy kind of look works well for the climate here. And I have been loving the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. We have Natural Dewy, which is great for a tropical, lightweight, glowy look. And we also have the Tinted Moisturizer in Blurred Matte, which gives you a more matte look, a more kind of airbrush finished look. I think for today, since I have to wear my makeup for a while, we're gonna go with the Blurred Matte. But these are both from Laura Mercier. They're tinted moisturizers. I use the color Clay, which is the color 5N in both products. And I love them both. Like, they're both so amazing. You might need a little more powder if you use the dewy, but both are incredible. For what we're going for today, we're gonna do Blurred Matte. And again, it's a tinted moisturizer. It has pretty good coverage. I apply straight to my face. You don't need much. Look at that color match. Like, it's good, right? You don't need much. I use a lot more than I normally use. And then I actually have two Fenty brushes. I use one for my concealer and one for my foundation because I love how these bristles are. They really just get all of the product everywhere you really need to get it. And then I just kind of buff that into my skin in a circular motion. I don't go under my eyes. I kind of keep that area open for concealer. So this just really evens out the skin. I really didn't need to use that much either. I'll pull it down into my neck, over by my ears. And so that's the coverage. Even this one kind of has a nice glowy vibe. And we go up to the hairline, but not past it, just because we're going to work some magic with bronzer there. So I use a lot more than I normally use. I would usually take the tiniest dot and just kind of spread it over my skin, but it's super lightweight. It really almost feels like nothing, which is why I love a tinted moisturizer. I believe this also has SPF, does it? Yes, this has SPF 30 sunscreen. Okay, so that is what we're working with. And now I just remembered I totally forgot to put on my primer. No! It's nothing we can do about it now, so let me at least show it to you. And I don't use this all the time. I use it when I know I'm gonna be out in a hot sun for a very long time, and I just want my makeup to stay and be flawless. This is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Universal Blurring Balm Powder. And this is great. You just kind of rub it in. It's almost like a moisturizer as well. You guys see how it looks on my finger? And it just goes onto your face, gives you a nice matte glow. And it kind of evens everything out, like your pores and things, so that your makeup goes on seamless. And normally I would take a little bit of this on my finger, and I would only put it really in my T-zone. So here on my cheeks, I would rub it in next to my nose, here on my forehead, and also around my eyebrows, because my eyebrows tend to sweat, and then here on my chin. Everywhere else is kind of good. But if you love a good blurring primer that also moisturizes, the Danessa Myricks is where it's at. Unfortunately, I already put on my foundation, so we just gonna have to skip that step. But this is the finished product. Okay, let's add some color back to my face. I usually do my concealer now, and I love the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Awakening Concealer, and I get it in the color 460. So this is actually pretty close to my skin tone. I don't like a super contrast concealer under eye. As you can see, I also don't use a ton. I just use enough, since we're going for a more natural look. And I like to take my time really patting it in and bringing it all the way to the hairline, creating kind of a triangle, and really dusting whatever's left right under the eye, so you don't have a ton of creasing. So can you see the difference? I mean, you can't, because this is just here. But I'm very delicate, and I just kind of take my time with it. But I love this brush from Fenty. I could literally use it for everything. I bring the concealer a little bit into my nasal folds here, because I actually have a cleft chin. I don't know if you guys noticed, like, but I have a little line in my chin. My dad has it as well. And now we're going to blend this up and out. And I like to also go around my eyebrows, just in case I want to catch any sweat. So it's not so much of a difference on camera, but in real life, this is definitely a little lighter. So now we're gonna go in with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. This is my favorite powder. I've tried other powders. I have used the Huda Beauty Blondie, which works fairly well. I've tried the Makeup by Mario in Warm Honey, which is a beautiful peachy, this is beautiful actually. I really like the Makeup by Mario powders, setting powders, because they're so fine. Literally you can, and it's gone. Like, it's the powder is super fine. But the Laura Mercier is just my go-to. Should I use the honey? You know what? I have it in honey from Makeup by Mario in medium dark. The honey is almost like a peachy color, and so I don't like a super bright pretty under eye, so we're gonna go with this. I don't have a really good powder brush. I have this one. So look how fine this is. Like, this is like, it's so fine. Can you guys see? This is like, oh, it's the finest powder. And then I'm just gonna pat Oh, this is actually really nice. I like it. And I don't bake or anything like that. Honestly, when I do this without being on camera, it takes me like 12 minutes to do my makeup. And I perfected it because I'm not that great at it. And also I just don't like spending so much time standing in the bathroom, which is where I normally do my makeup. So you guys can see it does blur, which I like. It's a very lightweight blurring powder. I think the reason I don't use this powder very much when I use the concealer is because, I don't know, sometimes it just comes out not right. All right, we're gonna powder a little bit of our foreheads, down the nose, on the chin, and around the eyebrows. Please keep in mind, again, I'm not a professional. I only know how to do my own makeup decently. But some of you have been asking for the makeup routine, so these are the vibes. And that's it. It's already starting to come together. Let's get into the next question. This is actually really fun. I love doing this. When are you actually moving into your new home? I'm excited for you. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. We have completed pretty much all demo, and what I've decided to do is just make a whole series. So I'm filming the house right now. I'm just not gonna put the videos out until everything's done. I would think, I'm gonna guess I'm gonna move in July. I would guess July. I think things will be almost completely done by the end of May. But I think with ordering all of the furniture and making sure my couch just came today, by the way, y'all. My couch came today. It's so cute. It's beautiful. But yeah, I think June will be like waiting for all of the furniture to come. I know my table is being custom made. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen the marble from my custom table. And that, I'm pretty sure it's not coming until July. So yeah, I'm thinking July. That's when I'm renting this place out, this townhouse that I live in now, that I also own. A lot of people were confused about that. I own this townhouse that I live in, and I also bought a new house. I'm not selling the townhouse, I'm keeping it, I'm just renting it out. And I think I mentioned that I'm renting it out to someone I know or a friend, and people were like, oh, don't rent it out to a friend. This friend is rich. This friend is extremely, they make way more money than me. And I make a lot of money. So and they won't even be living here the whole time. So I'm not worried at all about renting this out to this particular friend. Okay. So yeah, I totally understand that. And if it was anybody else, like, I would be like, but no, they're good for the money. Trust. They won't even have to live here the whole time. So that's even better for me. But I'm thinking I'll probably move in June, and I will start releasing the videos probably the end of probably June. No, I'll move in July and start releasing the videos in June. So by the time I'm actually living there, by the time the last like video for the series goes up, I'll already be in the house. So in about 2 months, guys, which is so crazy. So crazy. Okay, what is inspiring you as of late? Nature is really inspiring me lately. Like, just being outside, being by the water, going on walks, seeing the birds, seeing the trees. Like, I'm really looking forward to moving into my new house because I want to plant some banana trees. I want to plant a mango tree. I really want to get into growing my own food, growing my own herbs, and just reconnecting with the earth and with nature. And so that's what's been really inspiring me lately. As far as like fashion, I'm not really inspired right now when it comes to fashion. I'm not really sure why. There are things that like I love and that give me joy, but I think it's really seeing people who are really in tune with like their own personal style that I'm really enjoying as of late when it comes to fashion. So I think nature is doing it for me right now, and it's very inspiring to me, and art as well. I would have to say art too. I'm really in my art girl era. I've been scouring the internet and looking up Black artists and designers, trying to find pieces to go into my new home, and find art to go into my new home as well. I already have a few pieces. I have a Trevor Sturman art piece, which I love, but I need more. So yeah, it's coming along. All right, so now that that's kind of set, I usually do my eyebrows next. As you can see, they've like disappeared into the makeup. For the eyebrows, we're going in with NYX Professional Makeup Micro Brow Pencil. I have one in black. I also have one in espresso, which is kind of like a brown. Because my hair is so jet black, we're gonna use black, but normally I only use black to do a couple of strokes. I usually go in with espresso, which is more of a deep brown because my hair is actually brown. So we're gonna use the spoolie to comb the hairs up. Like so. And then this is the pencil. We're just gonna go in with super light strokes to fill in the brows. Very, very light-handed because this is dark. And it's, if you mess it up, it's hard to like clean up. And then I also usually go along the bottom and create a nice clean line. So I'm gonna answer a question and finish this off camera because I actually want it to look nice and it's hard to see in the viewfinder. And I'll answer a question while we're waiting for that. So let's see, someone asked, how was your birthday? My birthday hasn't happened yet, you guys. I don't know why people think it's my birthday already. Did I say that it was my birthday in a video or something? I think in my shop bop video, I said I was looking for a birthday dress. My birthday is May 15th. So it hasn't happened yet. But I do have plans and I feel like it's gonna be so much fun. So I did one eyebrow for you guys to see. Now I'm gonna do the other. Okay, I put you guys in the mirror so you can kind of see what I'm doing, but I'm doing very soft up strokes, just kind of filling in where there isn't much hair, and doing a nice lower line to kind of clean everything up. Now remember, the brows are sisters, they're not twins. So if they're not perfect, that's fine. Most people don't have symmetrical eyebrows. In fact, my eyes aren't even symmetrical. My left eye is higher than my right. Probably, again, because my face is not symmetrical because my jaw is not aligned. So let's answer another question for you guys. If you were in a room with every person you've ever met in your life, who would you look for? Oh, wow. I hope I don't cry on this. We're gonna clean up my brows with a little Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer in the color 4W. I'm only gonna do below my eyes. Sometimes I do both, below and above. But for now, I'm just gonna put a little dot right there. Can you guys see that? You see the dot? And I'm gonna take a brush and I'm just gonna clean up right below my brows. Now, for me, I never get my brows done. I never get them plucked. I never get them waxed. I never get them razored. I don't do anything to my brows. I just let my brows grow free. And this is how they look. So sometimes I will clean them up, but I don't really pluck my brows or anything like that. So just going underneath that line and cleaning up the brows. Also, the concealer is great for holding your makeup as well. So anything you put as far as like eyeshadow. Okay guys, so these are the brows. I just took some concealer underneath and cleaned them up a bit. I think I get asked the most about my brows, and how I get them so perfect. It's just I just practice a lot, and I'm also somewhat of an artist. I used to like to draw, and so I find it soothing and fun. So those are the brows. Very easy peasy, lemon squeezy. The person I would look for is my grandmother. She passed away. She passed away from a brain tumor. And it was really kind of unexpected and sudden. And I spoke to her, the last time I spoke to her, it was on a FaceTime. She was in the hospital. She had just gotten out of surgery. And she asked why I hadn't come to see her. And I had told her that I actually did come see her. I had just saw her maybe like a month prior during the holidays. But something about that conversation, even though I know she was kind of out of it, stuck with me, and I felt immense guilt for not being there. Yeah, my grandma she was a heck of a woman. She made a lot of something out of nothing for my mother and my aunts and my uncle. She worked really, really, really hard to make a life for her family. She was definitely the glue and the matriarch of our family, and she held everybody together. She even co-signed for the first car I ever had because nobody else in my family had good enough credit. And I miss her so much. She was a praying woman. I mean, honestly, I think all of the prayers that she's ever said have covered me for the rest of my life. That's how much she prayed over us and for us. And I miss her a lot. After she died, I used to have dreams about her. I dreamed I was walking into a cafe and there was a beautiful young lady sitting at the table outside the cafe. And I took notice of her, but I didn't really like recognize her. And I walked past her and she called out my name, and I turned around and I looked at her, and it was my grandma. But it was my grandma a way I'd never seen her. She was young. She was like my age. And I had never seen my grandmother that young. I've only ever seen her in older life, like in her 40s and up. I had never seen her in her 20s or in her 30s. And so it was just like, oh, wow. And we sat down and we talked, and she just seemed really happy and like peaceful. And that was that. And I woke up crying because I know that was her. And it helped me release a lot of guilt for not being there when she passed, and it also helped me to just know that she's okay wherever she is. So that's who I would look for. And thanks for asking that question. That's a very unique question. No one's ever asked that before. So thank you, Danny Doodle. You always send good questions in, and I really appreciate you. Next up, we have someone who just said, I love you. You're such an inspiration. Thank you. I love y'all too. Y'all are the best. Next up, lovely Shasha13 asks, how's the construction going on your new home? We're not really doing like construction, we're renovating, but it's going. It's going. Every day there's something new. If you follow me on my stories, which is where I'm sharing most of the content until the videos are complete, you will know that one of the bathrooms was demoed that wasn't supposed to be demoed. Like literally down to the walls was gone. When really all they were supposed to do was take the tiles on the floor off. Girl, they demoed the whole bathroom down to the studs. And so when they did that, I walked in and I was like, oh no. And my GC did say, oh wow, that was our bad. But actually we really had to do this anyway because we had to remove the pan, the pan at the bottom of the shower, which was connected to the shower tile, and put in a new one. So they over demoed, and they did admit to that, and they are doing the bathroom free of charge. But when they demoed the walls, we found a hidden window, which is really cool. So I don't know if I'm gonna open that window yet or make like a little nook in the shower, but that was a cool revelation. Next up, we tried to move a wall that was making a closet to add more space for a bed. Well, we removed a closet to make more space for a bed, but it turns out one of the walls of the closet is weight bearing, so we can't move it. So now we gotta figure something else out. We also realized that I have a foundation issue in my dining room. A beam needs to be replaced under the floor, which is not ideal. And so now we have to do that. That's probably gonna add a week or two to the renovation. But other than that, everything has been going super smooth. My general contractor is amazing. He's amazing. The workers who come, they're amazing. They're on it. They're so punctual. They're there every day, ready to work, and they do everything. So I mean, my house, even though it's like a renovation site, it's so clean. They suck up all the dust, they sweep, they mop, they clean after every single day, and it looks pristine even though it looks crazy. So it's going, but I'm excited about it. Okay, we're going to do a wing eyeliner, and my favorite is the Too Faced Better Than Sex Easy Glide Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. This liquid liner is so precise. It's so good. It never dries out. I absolutely love it. You can shake it up and you can kind of hear the little ball inside that will keep the liquid nice and liquid and keep it from getting like cakey and sticky. I'm gonna do a very dramatic line from here going towards the bottom of my eyebrow, and I can't do this on camera because it's not gonna come out correctly, so we'll do it over here together while I answer the next question. Any plans on bringing mom aboard in your new home vlogs? You guys are beautiful twins. I don't think I will be including my mom in any videos. I think she was in one vlog, and it's just because I'm very private outside of what I share about myself, And I do talk about my mom, not a lot, but enough in content. And I share my experience, but she did not sign up for this kind of scrutiny. And I'm not comfortable showing her because I want to protect her from just any negativity. And although the internet is not a safe place, I choose to put myself out there and be ridiculed and be talked about and have gossip pages about me and all kinds of stuff. But I don't want anyone in my family to go through that. Like, it took me years to get used to that kind of stuff, and it's not normal for that to be something to ever get used to. And I've had to really develop a thick skin, but I just don't want to subject my family to any kind of online scrutiny or hate, because then I'm gonna have to find you and come to your house and fight you. Then it's gonna be a problem. You can talk about me and my teeth and my skin and how I'm horrible, which I'm a great person. I'm a good person. I'm not out here hurting people, so I don't believe anything that anyone negative has to say about me. I know me. But if you say something about my mama or my sister or my brother or my nieces or my nephew, I will hunt you down. I will hunt you down and I will fight you in the street. So I never want to open anybody in my family up to that kind of hate. And then also there's people who will go to the people I know or the people I hang out with or family members to try to get close to me and they don't have good motives for trying to get close. So I have to be very cognizant and aware of who I'm letting into my life, and also what I'm showing, because if I don't show you it, you can't have an opinion on it, you can't talk about it if it's never shown. So anything I show, I have to be comfortable with it being scrutinized, it being talked about. And at this point in my life, I only care to put myself on the line and nobody else. My mom has enough problems. I mean, yeah. So I don't ever foresee her being a regular on the vlogs. She might be in a video or two, but I think that's about it. All right, guys. I don't even know if you can see this, but I did a wing. And I just start at the crack of my eye and I go up towards the end of my eyebrow. And I know it looks like I have some kind of eyeshadow on, but I don't. This is just the natural color of my eyelid. So there's that. So now that that's done, we're gonna go in with a little eyeshadow. This is my favorite palette. It's the Dior Backstage Eye Palette, and I use the brown color in the center a lot. It's Matte Santal, this one. So we're gonna go with a little eyebrow brush. Can you guys see me? Just gonna put a little on here and tap. Now I already have dark lids, so I don't need much, but you see the difference between this one and that one. Okay, hopefully you guys can see, but that's the brown. It's just very natural and kind of mattifying. Clean it up a bit. Okay, so now I like to go on the lids, right behind the eyelashes with my Makeup Forever palette. This is the Artist to Go Anywhere Caffeine 600 palette. And it just has a lot of beautiful browns, a little bit of shimmer. I'll be sure to link this down below. But we're gonna go in with this one here, which is called Lead. Or is it Gutsy? And I'm just gonna sweep that right over the lid. Because I find a lighter color works better for kind of blending into the deeper brown. I don't know, I'm kind of feeling it today, so I think we might do this little champagne to brighten up the tear duct. That's pretty. And I take it in a little, just dabbing it. Okay, I'll be sure to link both of these palettes down below. They're my go-tos. And that's pretty much it for the eyes. I don't do too much. We are going to do a little eyeliner because I find that I look dead without it. So my favorite eyeshadow, or my favorite eyeliner right now is the Dior Show On Stage eyeshadow. It's super creamy and very like, it gives me Egyptian vibes because it's almost like a kohl for your eyes. I also have very sensitive eyes and I can only use like a handful of eyeliners that don't make my eyes water, and this is one of them. So that's the difference. And I feel like eyeliner just makes such a huge difference. So I like to kind of connect it straight to the cat eye. And then I also like to go into my tear duct. And line there too. It just gives your eye a really pretty shape. And I have almond eyes, so I really like to enhance that with lining the entire eye. So now I just want to go back and clean up some of this shadow that's kind of seeped in between the cat eye. So I'm just going to go in with a little bit of the concealer, and this is what I use for my under eye eyebrow concealer. So I'm just going to go in and clean that up a bit with just a tiny bit of product that's already on. So I'm pretty much done with the eyes. I am going to put on a little mascara, but we're going to go ahead and answer the next question. Have you already picked out the decorative pieces that will grace your new home? I have picked out most of the furniture pieces. I have an interior designer, and we've kind of collaborated on what I like, what I want every room to feel like. So all of the major pieces have already been decided upon. Beds for every room, dressers for every room, paint colors haven't been decided yet. Everything in the living room, pretty much that's what the interior designer does. So all of the furnishings have pretty much been picked out. Only little like knickknacks and things, you know, are left. And I am taking some like vases and a few bits from this house to the next, but I will be leaving this house, this townhouse that I'm in right now, furnished for my next renter. So I won't be taking much from here. You won't see a lot of the same pieces that are in my townhouse in my new house. It will be all new furniture. Most of it has been ordered. A new kitchen table, new chairs, new everything pretty much. So yeah, everything is pretty much picked out. The only thing left is like on my end is some artwork, and I kind of want to live in the house a bit before I decide on more art. And just like a few knickknacks like curtains and like pillows and things like that haven't been picked out yet, but I want to live there a little to get the vibe first. Okay, so I'm gonna take this CoverGirl lash curler and curl my lashes. This is very hard to do on camera. And this is just good for making your eyebrows nice and splayed. I wanted you guys to see my lashes in there. Can you see them? And I have super curly lashes, so this helps to kind of separate them as well. So now we're gonna go in with Benefits Cosmetics They're Real mascara. This is my favorite mascara. I've been using this mascara for years. It adds length and it's just a really great formula. I love the bulb because I can use this on my top lashes as well as my bottom lashes. Okay, so here is 2 coats and I'm loving the way it looks. Like y'all see the vibes. And then I love the bulb on this because it curves and I can really grab my lower lashes with the bulb. So we'll do that. I do like doing my bottom lashes. I love a good Bambi moment. All right, so we are done with the eyes. They look very pretty. I love them. Okay, let's answer another question. Don't forget, I've linked everything down below. The next question is, what do you enjoy most about being an influencer and the least? We'll start with the least. The least is like the trolls and the negativity. It can sometimes be a little negative. It can really affect your mood, like reading mean comments about yourself or about how you look or about how you act or about, you know, why you're in a situation you're in. But that's very few and far between. The positive is definitely the community. It's like all of you who check in on me, who support me, who encourage me, who build me up. And I only hope just by showing up and being myself that I do the same for you. It's definitely the community that is the best part about being an influencer. Whether it's connecting with you all in the DMs and comments, in person, at events, and also the people in the community that I'm a part of as an influencer. I've met so many incredible women in the industry who become really great friends and family and sisters. And the community definitely makes it all worth it. I'm very happy to be an influencer and to be in this creative space with such incredible women and also just people. It's a really, I love it. Yeah, definitely the community. It's what's the best part about being an influencer. And also just getting to do what I love for a living and make a living and make a living wage off of just being myself. So that would be the part I enjoy the most. Next up, I would like you to put North Carolina on the map. Durham has a positive vibe. I'm never going back. I love North Carolina and I love Durham, but there are also a lot of content creators already in North Carolina. One being my girl Marsha Robinson lives in North Carolina. There are tons of local content creators. I'm never moving back to North Carolina. So that will never be like a part of my content. I rep my city. I love Durham. I'm proud of where I'm from. Some of the best creative minds of all time in the fashion industry have come out of North Carolina, like Audrey Leon Talley. But yeah, I'm not going back, so there's not going to be a lot of content. on North Carolina. I spent 22 years of my life in North Carolina, and that was all I needed. So I love North Carolina, and I'm gonna rep North Carolina, but me going back and creating content centered around North Carolina is not gonna happen. But there are plenty of really incredible Black content creators who are in North Carolina, who are doing it big and already putting the state and the city on the map. All right, next up, do you ever visit Nashville, Tennessee? No, I've never been to Nashville, Tennessee. I think I've driven through Tennessee, but I've never actually stopped along the way. I would be down to visit. You never know. I have a few friends who live there, so maybe one day. Where is your number? I think she meant number one. Where is your number one destination on your bucket list? For some reason, I really want to go to like Saudi Arabia. I don't know why. I think it's the desert. I'm a desert girly. I love sand and I love the desert. I feel like I can really connect with just being a human where there are not a lot of other humans around, and where there's nothing around, where there's just, it's desolate. It's my kind of vibe. And I've just been seeing so many beautiful like hotels and things in Saudi Arabia that I think I would love. So that's on my bucket list. I also would love to go to Tokyo for the shopping, of course, and just for the culture, to see something so vastly different from my culture. I would love to experience that. And of course I would love to go to the Maldives, but that's the kind of trip you go on, you know you're not gonna do nothing but lay around in the sun and eat. And I do that here in Miami, but that would be a nice place to go as well. So those are just a few places on my bucket list. Do you think you'll get into flipping houses? Wow, I'm so glad you asked. You guys, I think I am, even though it's a headache, I am really enjoying renovating my house. And I think it would be something I would consider in the future. But I gotta get my money up first. That's it. You know, it takes a lot of money to keep buying houses to flip. I don't think I would buy another standalone house. I would probably buy another like apartment or a townhouse property and maybe flip that. We'll see. But I am really enjoying renovating. Like, I feel like my house is gonna be the best house. Not comparing it to anyone else's house, but it's gonna be the best house. Stay tuned. I have so many like cool ideas. I'm doing this really cool thing. I'm not gonna tell anybody what it is until it's done. But when you guys see what we're going to do, it's gonna blow your mind. It's gonna blow your mind. Okay, so normally I would contour, but we're going for an easy breezy beautiful cover girl look. So we're going in with Tarte. This is the Sculpt Tape Contour, and it's more like a bronzer. I absolutely love it. This is the color Deep Bronze, and it gives you that, you know, that glow. You know, like you've been in the island somewhere, probably Jamaica, because they just had their carnival. And it has a little sponge. Please focus. It has a little sponge on the end, so you can just squeeze it and it comes out of the sponge, which makes it so much easier to put on. So for bronzer, you're not gonna put it where you would normally contour, which is below the cheek. I put it right on it. We're gonna do like 3 dots. We'll do some on the forehead. And you see how pigmented it is, but it blends out really beautifully. We're going to use this brush. This is the Bronzer Pro Bronzer 88 brush from Sephora. Nice thick bristles. And we're gonna go up. And I do it in a nice tapping motion, and it really blends in nicely. I tap it all the way into my baby hairs, really want you guys to see how beautiful this just blends right in and gives you a beautiful glow. Y'all see it. And just, you see how natural it looks and how it brings the light, or how it brings the color back to my face. Yeah, I really love this. This is probably my favorite right now. I also really love the LYS bronzer, or contour, which is black on, but this is just so dark. You really gotta blend it. And this goes on, I feel like a liquid is better than like a cream for my face. So I've been really enjoying, just look at that. I'm glowing. Y'all think I'm glowing because I'm happy, and I am, and I'm blessed, but it's the contour. Y'all see the vibes. So I've been enjoying using bronzer over like a stark contour, and I've been guilty of not blending it enough on my forehead, so I'm trying to really make sure I get it nice and blended for y'all today. Look at that. Oh, she's good. So I take the excess and I go along my jaw. I don't contour too much. Tap it on my nose. Oh, sorry guys, the light is going in and out, so it might look a little, why is it so bright? Is it about to rain? Yeah, so I tap it onto my nose and the excess along my jaw, but I don't do too much contouring. Pretty much that. Let's come back here because it's a little bright up there. So now you can see. But it's so beautiful. I really love the Sculpt tape. This is a holy grail. She's a goodie. Okay, let's get into a cluster of questions. Any upcoming collabs, clothing, accessories, etc.? Do you have a favorite piece for your new house? No. Do I have any collabs coming up? No collabs, no clothing collabs. Someone else did ask about a clothing collaboration with Something by Sanji. We did about 4 years worth of collaborations, and the last one we did was our very last one. So unfortunately guys, there's no more Something by Sanji MONROE STEELE collaboration clothing lines coming out. As far as accessories, no. I'm working on my own product. No, not a collab with anybody else, just something that I'm making. So stay tuned for that. And a favorite piece of furniture in the new house will probably be my new dining room table, which is being made out of rose cream marble, which is a beautiful pink. Yeah. Next question, not a question, but a compliment. I love how natural you do things, no fake-ish. Yeah, I mean, I do wear hairs and weaves. But as far as my nails, and someone else has asked me about this previously, why don't I get the synthetic nails? I just don't. I don't have anything against it. It's just my natural nails are actually pretty. Like, these are my natural nails and I like them. I also am a doctor of physical therapy. Some of you are new, so some of y'all don't know that I'm actually Dr. Steele. Don't play with me. Okay, I have a doctorate degree in physical therapy, and while I was in PT school, we were never allowed to have synthetic nails because they hold bacteria and you're touching patients. Even if you're washing your hands, under your nails can collect bacteria and you can pass things on from patient to patient. So we were never allowed to have nails, and it just kind of stuck with me. I've never really been a synthetic nail girl, and luckily I have nice nails, and even though I still get my natural nails done, it's probably saving me a ton of money not to have synthetic nails. So yeah, there's that. Let's Put on a little blush. I wish I had like a prettier blush. Ooh, we have a few palettes. Let's take a look. I have this NARS Laguna Ultimate Face Palette 2. Let's see if there's anything in here we can use. Not really. No. I have this NARS. Ooh, this is very pretty. This is the NARS Pure Luxury. Sounds like my kind of palette. Pure Luxury palette. How pretty. I think we're gonna try maybe this one mixed with this one. I think that'll be nice. Where's my brush? My blush brush. Why is that so hard to say? Oh, I just got this new blush brush from Sephora. You would have seen it when I did my Sephora haul, when they had their sale. But I'm gonna take these two colors, and they have a little bit of sheen and shine, and we're gonna see what they do. Did it do anything? Oh yeah, it's very light, but you see it. I just wanted something very glowy and pretty since we went kind of matte with the makeup. You guys see, you can see better here. Yeah, there we go. So it's very buildable, and there's a beautiful sheen. You can kind of see the light reflecting. So I just mixed all these colors together because at first I was doing these and I was doing nothing, and then I brought in some of this, and that's what gave me this look. This is a nice palette for the summer for sure. Okay, the next question, let's move you guys over here. There. And this is from Red Souls. No question, MONROE. Just know that I really do love you and your content. Thank you. Thank you guys. Y'all are pump faking me. These aren't questions. The next question, as an accomplished doctor, entrepreneur, creator, multi-homeowner, what are your other passions? So I'm really passionate about cycling. When it's a beautiful day like today, I want to just go for a bike ride. Like, I'm going for a bike ride today. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but it's happening. But I love cycling. I've been invited to cycle with people before. I'm a loner. And I'm a loner because I feel like I'm slow. I'm not like a super fast cyclist. And it's also like therapy for me when I'm cycling. I like to clear my mind. I'm not thinking about anybody else. I'm not keeping up with anyone else. I'm listening to my music. I'm vibing out. I am exercising my body. I'm clearing my mind. And so I really like cycling alone. And yeah, like some people ask me on cycling dates, and I don't mind cycling with people every now and then, but I'm not a huge like cycle with a group kind of girl. I'm a loner for sure, but I love cycling. I'm also really passionate about the written word, about writing, about reading. I love reading, and I love poetry and seeing other people's views on the world and reading about that, and being my own muse, you know. So I'm very much into the written word and cycling. So those are some other passions of mine. Are the B-Day plans complete? They're coming together. We are going to do a dinner, we're going to do a yacht day, and we're going to do a brunch. Just like a weekend of me. It's gonna be fun. What are you most grateful for and why? I don't know. Most grateful? I don't know why this is such a hard question, because there's so many things and people that I'm grateful for. I would say right now I'm grateful for my relationship with God, because that has really gotten me through some dark times. Yeah. I'm grateful for my family, because they really support me in everything I do. I'm grateful for my friends, because of the same reason. They're amazing human beings and make me want to be better. I'm grateful for my health. Very grateful for my health, because there was a time when I thought that I wouldn't see this day. I don't know if I told you guys, but I don't think I ever really went in depth about my health scare. So I had a very major health scare where I was diagnosed with hepatomegaly, which is an enlarged liver. And I had to do a lot of blood tests. They thought maybe it was cancer or some kind of autoimmune disease. I had to wait about 2 months for all of my liver enzyme and blood tests to come back. And during those 2 months, I cried almost every day. And I prayed and just asked God to please let me be okay. Everything came back normal. It just turns out that I have a very large liver. But that was a wake-up call for me to start really living like I could die tomorrow, and to really go after my dreams and not take anything for granted ever, because being unwell it's so hard. And my heart goes out to anybody out there dealing with a chronic illness. Just have faith. Yeah. So grateful for my health. Let's see. Hello. Hi. What's your diet like? How do you stay so lean? I try to eat about no more than really 1,500 calories a day. I think what's normal, there's really no such thing, but guidelines state that I think it's 1,800 for women, or maybe it's 2,000. I think it's 1,800 for women. So I try to stay under 15,000 calories. And I don't eat a lot of processed foods. That means I don't eat anything that comes in a box, that comes in a bag. I don't drink soda. I don't drink juice. I only drink water, tea, champagne, wine, and coffee. And right now I'm off coffee. I've been off coffee for a month. So yeah, I try to stay away from, I think, really processed foods. I eat a lot of things that are already made or that already exist, like grapes or bananas or pineapples. I eat a lot of fruit. I also eat a lot of vegetables, a lot of kale, a lot of arugula, a lot of greens. And then I've been eating a lot of protein too, because I do a lot of weightlifting. So chicken, salmon, very little beef. Mainly chicken and salmon are like the main meats that I eat on a regular basis. I exercise 4 days a week, and that's cardio and weightlifting, usually for 45 minutes to an hour. And I cycle about 50 miles a week. So I do a lot to stay looking like this. I mean, some of it is genetics for sure. But a lot of it is watching what I eat and making sure I'm exercising. So yeah, that's how I stay nice and lean. Is there anything else I want to do? We are going to set my face because I think do I need to go back in and powder? Nah, y'all see the skin. We're gonna spray before I put my lip on, and then we'll get into my outfit. But I love this Tarte LifeLock hydrating setting spray. It's so good. Like, even in a place like Miami where it's super humid, this works. I'm just gonna let that settle. And I love that it's misty and it doesn't mess up your makeup by like shooting out a lot and then like making everything splotchy. Okay, let's see. Did you ever think it would be this good? No. God is blowing my mind. I love my life. I could not have thought it up. I could not have dreamt it would be this amazing. Like, God really did that. He did that. Yes. Yeah. No question. Just want to say that you're doing a great job. You're so inspiring. Thank you so much. Why don't you do more styling videos? I would love to see more of you putting outfits together because they are so time consuming. I love fashion. I don't enjoy fashion videos. I know I'm a fashion girly, but really I'm a writer. And I just use fashion to hook people in, to get people in the door to my writing. But styling videos are so time consuming. It's very hard to shoot them in the same day. Most of the time I have to film the try-on version and then sit down and film that. It's so much thought that goes into it, it puts me off. It puts me off of doing it. Vlogging is much easier because I will be doing this anyway, whether I was talking to you or not. And so it's easy to just set up my camera and film. But for a sit down video, I have to research, it's just a lot. It's a lot of work. It's about 6 hours, probably more, of work. And I don't enjoy it. And so I don't do a lot of styling videos, but I do have 2 coming up. I do the one I know I have to, like spring trends. I know, you know that I have to do that, so I'm doing it. Fall trends, winter trends. So yeah, I'm not big on styling. I don't know why. I think it's better for me to do it in short form content on Instagram with my Get Ready With Me's than on YouTube because it would just annoy me. Okay, so we need to figure out a lip. I want to be one of the girlies that does like a lip liner and a nice nudie color, but it just never works out for me. And I think because I have a natural dark outline on my lip, I don't know, you guys. Should we try? Every time I try and do like, you know, the standard lip combo, it just does not work out for me. And I just end up saying, you know what, I'm just gonna put this all over my lip. But I have to learn. So we're gonna try to do a liner and a nudie girl lip with a little gloss on top. Today we're gonna use Makeup Forever oh, is this for the eyes or is this for the lips? Oh, it's a multi-use matte pencil. So let's, oh, not bad. This is Limitless Brown Makeup Forever color pencil. This might be a match. Okay. It's kind of giving. It's kind of eating. I already lost the top. Oh, here's the top. I kind of like it. Let's see what we're gonna put in the middle. I need a nice pink pinky glossy vibe, or do we put the gloss on top after? I was thinking about using Tooth Fairy from Fenty. I feel like Tooth Fairy is so pretty. It is matte. Not bad. Let me keep blotting. I kind of like it. So this is Tooth Fairy from Fenty. It's a matte, very pinky nude. And it's blending in nicely with the liner. And then on top, I'm gonna go in with Makeup by Mario Rose Crush Gloss. This is my favorite from Makeup by Mario. Sorry about the light, guys. This is cute. Look at me doing a lip combo. Okay, so here is the vibe. It's actually very nice. It's a little more peachy instead of pink, but close enough. So that is the look for the makeup. Very natural, easy breezy, everyday. Love that glow on the cheek from the NARS Pure Luxury Palette. And now we are going to get ready with the outfit and the fragrance and such. And of course, I'm going to answer more of your questions. All right, guys, so I'm finally going to wear this stunning bustier from Asiyami Gold today. She's elegant, stunning, we love her. And this skirt, I actually got this from Amazon. I bought a few skirts from Amazon just to wear with this, and this one was like the perfect match. It was like 10 bucks, and I feel like it'll look so beautiful. I think we might do a full monochrome look, and if so, I'm gonna pair it with these little heels from Mango, the Mango Victoria Beckham collection. Either I'm gonna wear those, or I might wear a pair of new shoes. Now, I wasn't gonna show these to you until my birthday haul, but I already showed them on Instagram, so I can show them here. We may do these. These are Ferragamo. They are this beautiful brown sandal, but they have this lace-up ballet style ribbon that ties around the ankle that is a little similar in color. It's almost the exact same color of the top. So this could be fun. And I have a bag that's actually this color that I could wear. So we'll kind of see which shoe looks the best and then pick out some bag options as well. But before we do that, let's get into another question. Let's see. What are your least favorite things about Florida, if any? I think I know what you're trying to do. I don't live in Florida. I live in Miami. There's a difference. Honestly, living in Miami, the only thing I would say that it's not even that it's my least favorite thing. I love Miami. I'm gonna be 100% with y'all. I know people want to say, oh, I don't like the politics. I don't like the politics. I don't like the politics in Florida. I don't. Do I like that I don't have to pay state taxes? Yes. But other than that, Miami is a dream. It's beautiful every day. I'm looking at palm trees. I can go to the beach. It's quiet. It's relatively safe compared to where I was living in Harlem before. Let's see. I love it. I know people want me to talk shit about Miami and Florida, but I got nothing. for Miami, other than the politics are terrible and so are the politicians. But that's everywhere. That's in New York too. The politicians are terrible, and all the politicians are terrible. But as far as like my quality of life here, leaps and bounds ahead of what they were in Harlem. Leaps and bounds. So yeah, why didn't you ask me about the good things? See, you only asked me about the negative things, which makes me believe that you're trying to start some shit. Don't be coming over here trying to start new shit, girl. All right. What are your plans for the summer? I'm finally having my Euro summer. Euro summer loading. Now, as long as I get into my house in time, we're gonna have a Euro summer. I'm planning on spending a week in Portugal, a week or two in different places in Italy. Yeah, I probably want to swing back by Morocco. Definitely go to Paris. We're having a Euro summer. I plan on being in Europe for at least a month this summer, probably the month of August, if we've been exact. So I would even say late July, August, I'm probably going to be in Europe for most of the summer. Okay, we only have a few questions left. So let's go ahead and put on the fit. I feel like the makeup came out really nice. That under eye setting, the Makeup by Mario powder in the warm honey, definitely a vibe. Definitely a vibe. All right, let's get dressed. We're gonna start with our body creams and our concoctions, and then we will put on the outfit and pick a fragrance. I'm gonna run down to my room and grab my favorite body cream right now. So we are starting with the Immortelle Carite body cream from L'Occitane. I love this, and I use their neck cream as well. A lot of you ask, oh, what's that neck cream you use? It's from L'Occitane. It's the Immortelle Carite, but it's nice and creamy. It smells amazing, and I use a lot because I love to look like a moisturized goddess. So let me show you guys how it looks once you put it on and lather it up. Well, not lather it up, but it gives you a nice glow, a nice moisturized glow. Y'all see it. And it smells like a milk almost. Like a citrusy milk. But look how nice and glowy I look. Super moisturized, nice and glowy. Okay, I had to turn y'all this way a bit because I was going in and out. And because we are actually going to an MFK event, I'm going to use my Maison Francaise Crêpe de Jean Baccarat Rouge 540 sparkling body oil to give me all the shine and all the vibes up in here. So you have to shake it up. And I got this as a Christmas present from the MFK team. Look. Y'all see those gold flecks in there? This is a body oil. Amazing. This was sold out forever. And then they sent me a bottle and I was like, I couldn't believe it. But now I'm so moisturized, I can't get the cap off. There we go. So this is what it looks like. It's like a little tube. I just pop some down in my hand after I shake it up. And this gives you a nice, glowy, sparkling vibe. Which, since my shoulders and my bust are gonna be out with the look, this will be great. This also smells like Baccarat Rouge 540. So technically I don't have to wear a fragrance, but I am gonna layer this. And because it's oil, it's very long lasting. So it's really beautiful. All right guys, got myself together And this beautiful Asiami Gold top, I got it in a medium. A lot of people ask me that. I'm normally a US size 6 or medium in tops. I have pretty broad shoulders, so I went with the medium. The skirt fits perfectly. I'm just gonna put on my everyday jewelry. And I've done a video about all of the jewelry that I wear every day. I have my Just On Clou from Cartier, my Tiffany wire T-bangle with white mother of pearl and diamonds, my Cartier Love bracelet, and I have my Cartier Love ring, my Tiffany and Co ring, and my Just On Clou ring, and then my ring, my Uno ring from Messika or Messica, I don't know, Messika. This is the Uno, the Love ring, Tiffany, and Just On Clou on the thumb. Those are my everyday jewelry. And for the earrings, I think we're just gonna keep it super simple with my Pandora Huggy earrings and all of my favorite ear cuffs. So these are the little Huggy earrings from Pandora that I picked up when my girl Janae had her event at the Well in New York City last summer. I vlogged it, so much fun. And then this one is my solar ear cuff from Idol or Ideal. I always keep it on one of my earrings so that I could just easily pop the earring in my ear and then take the cuff. I want to make sure you guys can see it, and then take the cuff and put it on my ear. So I only have one piercing in my ears, so I like to create an ear party with cuffs. So yeah, this is an ear cuff. Let me untangle it. Is it untangled? There you go. So this is my solar ear cuff from Ideal. I do have a code with them. It's MONROE STEELE 10 for 10% off, but this is one of my favorite ear cuffs with lab grown diamonds. And then I have this little ear cuff from Arvino Co. Can you guys see? There we go. And it's bendable. And I usually put this on my ear here in the front. Like, it'll hook right here and go behind my ear. So it'll be just like that. I get asked a lot about those. So we'll just put my other Pandora earring in on this ear. And I do have another ear cuff that I wear quite often. It's from Earring Corporation, and it's my mother of pearl disc earring. So normally I will put this in between these two. Again, this is a cuff. It's not a piercing. It's adjustable. So I have a really fun ear party here and just one earring there, and that's going to be the vibe. I'm debating about wearing a necklace. I think it'll take away from the beautiful shape of this bustier, so I don't think I'm going to wear a necklace today. But let's go ahead and choose a fragrance. Yeah, let's go ahead and choose a fragrance. Of course, since we're going to an MFK event, I feel like it's only right for us to wear an MFK fragrance. I have 3 here. I have Maison Francis Coeur de Jean Baccarat Rouge, which I'm sure everybody is going to be wearing, so we're not wearing that. This is one of my favorites from MFK. It's called Aqua Media. It smells very much like Miami, like a Miami vacation. It's very fresh, very light, very like ocean. And I love this, but I feel like this is not the vibe for this event. And because I'm wearing such a deep, rich color, I feel like tonight we're gonna, or today, we're gonna go with Maison Francis Grand Soir, which this smells so amazing. It's like a gourmand. It's almost like you can eat it. So that's what we're gonna wear. Oh, it smells so good. Yes, we love let's figure out what shoe we're gonna wear. All right, guys, so here is the look. I'm absolutely loving it. The skirt from Amazon came in so clutch, but I need you to help me decide what shoe with this look. So here on the left, we have the mango heel. Very barely there, very minimal. And then on the right, we have these really cool Ferragamo lace-up sandals that kind of add a little zhuzh to the outfit. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments which shoe you would go with. But I'm loving these Ferragamo heels. They come in a ton of different like super cool colors. So I'll link a few down below, but I just love that that little strap matches the look. Okay, we have a few more questions, so let's quickly answer those. And let me show you the full look, and that'll be the end of the vlog. It went by pretty quick. Okay, let's see. All right, would you buy a property overseas? Of course I would. If I could, I would. I would love a little pied-à-terre in Paris. Paris is one of my favorite cities. If I could have an apartment in Paris, that would be like a dream come true. Maybe even someplace like Morocco as well. Yeah, if I could do it, or maybe even Italy. Like, I would love to buy like a little apartment, not a house, but an apartment in a European city. That would be the dream. Advice for moving to Miami on a medium budget. Miami is not as, I mean, it's expensive, but of course I came from New York, which is extortionate. And so to me, Miami was like, oh, this is cheap. Like when I very first moved to Miami, my apartment was $1,800 a month. If you're new here and you've only ever seen me in this townhouse, go back about 3 years to when I first moved to Miami. I was living in an apartment, and it was great. I had a balcony. It was beautiful. I did a house tour or an apartment tour. I moved here with nothing other than the clothes that I came with. I left all of my things in Harlem. But that was kind of during the pandemic when things were still affordable. Now rents are very much on par, but still less than New York. So living in Miami proper, you're looking at a lot of money. Unless you are really hunting and searching, rent is gonna run you about $3 grand and up. Now there are a few places you can find like a 2-bedroom for under $3 grand, but it's kind of rare now. All of those things have kind of been snatched up. So I would do a lot of researching the neighborhoods where you want to live. Maybe you don't want to live in Miami. Maybe you want to live on the outskirts, like around Miami, where it's a little more affordable, but you can still get to the city quickly. Or I mean, I don't know your budget, so I don't want to speak for you, but Miami is expensive, just know. It's on par with New York. The food is a lot more affordable, like at the grocery stores. In New York, I'll buy 5 things, it'll be $100. Here, I can buy 20 things and it'll be $100. So there are things that kind of balance, like the cost of living in Miami is lower than New York, but it's not cheap. I want you to know it. I don't want you to come here with a false sense that it's going to be super cheap to find someplace nice to live. It's not a cheap city anymore. So yeah, I would just say do all of the research you can before moving here, and have some kind of support system here or nearby. I find that helps you acclimate to the city better. If you are, and I think you're Black, if this is your correct picture, there's not a huge like African American culture in Miami Beach. I want people to know this. You have to create that for yourself, find that around you and create it. Now there are a lot of like Haitians here, there are a lot of Caribbean communities here, but they're not necessarily in Miami. They're like in Broward or in Palm Beach, or on the outskirts, like in cities around Miami. And they may come here to have events and things, but if you're looking for the kind of black community that's in Brooklyn, you're not gonna find that here. You have to create that for yourself. And that's another thing that I want people to know about Miami. So yeah, I think, oh, the last question is what keeps me motivated? You all keep me motivated. You keep me on my toes. You send such incredible messages and comments and emails and DMs that really keep me going. I love doing this job. Like, I love being a content creator. I love creating YouTube videos. I love writing. I love showing what's new and showing you my take on things. It's just a passion of mine. And so that plays into my motivation. Like, if I didn't like doing this, I wouldn't be so consistent. And if you all didn't give me such great feedback, I would just be screaming into the void. So that's what keeps me motivated. You all, and the fact that this is a passion for me, and also that this is my purpose. I'm walking in my purpose, and you can see it. You can see that this is my purpose because of how passionate I am about it, how consistent I am, and how I show up, not only for you all, but for myself, and being authentically myself as well. So that's it for the questions. Thank you guys who all submitted questions to my Instagram story. If you're not following me on Instagram, you're playing yourself, give me a follow at MONROE STEELE. I show a lot of my home updates on stories, so that's where you'll get a sneak peek of that before I actually post the videos. I will link all of the products I use on my skin, on my hair, on my face, the outfit. By the way, this bustier comes in like 5 colors. It's absolutely stunning. It's black owned. The skirt is from Amazon, comes in like 20 colors. I got this in a small. I'll link this as well. And I will link the Ferragamo shoes. But this is the complete look. I feel good about it. Asiamigo bustier, Amazon skirt. I haven't figured out which shoe yet, but I think I'm gonna go with the mango shoe. Okay, and then we have MFK fragrance and all the other things. I will link everything, and I mean everything, even the jewelry, down below for you guys. And I hope you all enjoyed this video. I feel like even though it was a Q&A, it was very informative. And I had fun actually creating this video. So more Get Ready With Me's are on the way, and I'm gonna wear this outfit to a really cool event. So that will be in an upcoming vlog. Thank you guys so much for your love and support. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you join the family. We have a lot of fun over here. And if you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. If you made it this far, you enjoyed it. Now you can like the video in your mind, and you can like it in your heart. But if you don't actually like it and thumbs it up, it doesn't count. So help me out. Thumbs up the video. I would love 5,000 thumbs up on this video. And again, thanks for spending your time with me, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.